Everything there is to know about Hawaii and its real estate, but you cannot find it in the listing. And today marks the 3rd anniversary of the tragic events of August 8th, 2023. This is the 3-year anniversary of the Lahaina fire. And I am down here on the one wheel, cruising down Front Street to give you guys a look at what it looks like today, to honor those who tragically were lost in this fire, over 100 souls, maybe more. The thousands of people that were displaced and their lives were changed forever. And of course the 2,700 homes that were destroyed and all the businesses as well. So it is with a heavy heart, as always, when I come back to Lahaina. But at the same time, it is a mixed emotion because it is also a rebuild that is happening very slowly, but surely. Matter of fact, on that note, here we have a home directly on Front Street and another one, an oceanfront home that is in the process of being rebuilt. As of today, about 25% of the homes have been rebuilt. Of the 2,746, I believe, structures that were lost, 600 have been rebuilt, which is good. Much more than the anniversary, the 2nd anniversary. The commercial buildings are a completely different story. Less, I think there's only one under construction at the moment. And that is, I believe, the old Paia fish house. And about 8 permits have been issued. So that's a major development right there. You can see there's a little bit of a celebration happening right there. Some type of an event. Where the old Lahaina United Methodist Church was. You can hear a band playing. I'm on the not the very north end, but the north end of central Lahaina town right now. And the sidewalk here was just reopened, I believe, on August 1st. So it's relatively new that you can actually drive this section of Front Street. This has been closed completely since the fire. So this is one of the first times, matter of fact, I just drove down this, and that is literally the first time I've driven down that section of Front Street since 2023. I'm not too sure exactly why it was shut down for so long, but it certainly was. I obviously did many lives going down this street right here. And you can see what's left of our beautiful sunset. I think the sun just kissed the horizon. So this is definitely the most life that I've seen down here. The most people, the most activity. We got some fishing happening here. Hey, no worries. How's it? Catching?
Yep.
Always. Yes, sir. So if you're enjoying this video, as always, I just ask a couple things. Number one, please share the video so that we can spread the news of what's going on or what's not going on in Lahaina. Also today, number one, share the video. Number two, please thumb it up. But please do share this video. It's very important that we raise awareness and bring visitors back to Maui. I think we had a 1% increase in tourism. Matter of fact, if you look in the description of this video, I created a little bit of a summary. Wow. An update, a State of the Union, if you will. So feel free to go ahead and read through that. Some of the statistics, the impact on the real estate market, impact on tourism, exactly how many homes have been rebuilt, exactly how many commercial. Just to give you an idea, without the landmarks, it's hard to remember stuff, right? Right here was Tommy Bahama, if you remember, the nice little restaurant, and the blue umbrellas were right here that didn't burn. And this is was the outlet mall, and I believe this is one of the permits that have been reissued, is to rebuild what was here. Another commercial enterprise will go in right there. So that's great news. I also have a resource that says that Chemos has entered into an agreement to go in the same building that Lahaina Pizza Co. was in, is my understanding. So it will be oceanfront. It won't be right on the ocean because that side of Front Street has never had anything on it, just a sidewalk, but it will be, you'll sit in Chemos and look out on the ocean, so that's pretty cool. Over here, of course, is the Foodland Farms. That's the old theater where Elvis Presley used to play. You know, the impersonator, of course. Over here, see, it's so hard. I like, what was here? I think, is this, yeah. We just passed, this would have been maybe the Hurley store right in here. We just passed Bubba Gump's Shrimp. And the memory has faded too, right? In 3 years, you don't remember. It doesn't roll off the tongue like it used to. Oh boy. And the last thing I will ask you to do, if you would be so inclined, is to go to helpdaniel.org. I'll put a link in the description after this live video posts. Helpdaniel.org. He's a blind fire survivor. FEMA is getting ready to, not getting ready, they've been making his life very uncomfortable, and we're trying to raise enough money to pay his rent, because now he has to pay rent to FEMA. So okay, right here, Cheeseburger in Paradise. We just passed the old Chemos location. This is Cheeseburger in Paradise. And this, of course, is part of that sidewalk reopening. And these are the businesses over here that I don't think will ever be reissued building permits. They were built on pylons, essentially. A quarter was on the land. The other 3/4 was on pylons issued by the DLNR, Department of Land Natural Resources, and I don't believe those will be reissued again. So essentially, all of the businesses will be on that side of the street, is my understanding. One of the few structures that survived, obviously, and has been given a building permit is the Fleetwoods building that you're looking at right there. You can see these beautiful new light posts and trash cans and park benches. Got to watch out for the copyright strike there, so we're just going to go past that a little bit faster. YouTube doesn't play games with copyright strikes.
This is my rescue team from the sanctuary.
So in the comment section, love to hear where you're at, where you're coming from, where do you live, what's your connection to Lahaina. And thank you so much for your attention. Thank you so much for thinking about this beautiful little island town that has undergone so much, and this side of the island that has suffered so greatly at the hands of the idiotic government, both state and county. Today is our primary election, so we're hoping for a new turnover in political power here. Hopefully that'll happen. I'm not holding my breath, but I did cast my vote today. So obviously there were some shops that were right here. I believe some of the pylons have already been removed. And this is a structure that's still standing. I believe it's possibly the Volcom store and or the ice cream shop. I wish I could still smell the ice cream shop. My blood sugar goes up. That's all right.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, good.
But it's still my office.
I couldn't imagine.
Getting kind of busy down here. All right, we'll continue. The sidewalk comes to an abrupt end there. All right, gotta wait my turn. Pretty cool though, huh guys? You can actually go down on Front Street again. And you can enjoy, you can enjoy the vibe. I believe one of the most beautiful, iconic, historic streets in the country. And it is being reborn as we speak. One bureaucratic red tape at a time gets unraveled. But let this be a message to other places in the country, in the world that are burning. Why this extraordinary delay? Obviously, this is the economic engine of Maui. Nothing created more tax revenue than Front Street. And to hold up and create so much delay does nothing but encourage more economic destruction. If you go read the write-up in my video here, the description, you'll see the percentage of visitors, not visitors, but residents that we've lost as a result of the fire. Maui County population overall has declined significantly. The fire survivors should be receiving their payout from the $4 billion settlement, $1 billion going to attorneys. If you do the math, it works out to about $190,000 per household, which comes, I believe, in 3 or 4 annual installments. So they're not going to get it all at once. And they're certainly not going to be made, in my humble opinion, whole. But it's better than nothing. And of course, that money has still not started to flow, if you can believe that. So 3 years later, still waiting. So here we are down at Lahaina Harbor. I think Lahaina Harbor is open. Limited operations. Certainly nothing like it was before, but I believe some of the boats can come here to refuel. But I don't believe I think they are launching tours now actually from here. But I don't know if any boats are actually staying in the harbor overnight. They are dredging Lahaina Harbor as we speak. Of course, over here is the banyan tree. Good opportunity to take a look at how the tree is recovering. This, of course, is the old Lahaina courthouse. This will be fully restored. So that's really good news. Can't quite go underneath the banyan tree, but I can give you guys a good circling around it, if you will. It definitely appears to have been nicely recovered. Looking very green and bushy. Don't know when they're going to open that up again for hanging out under the banyan tree with your favorite book or your favorite bum. Right. Always some savory and somewhat unsavory characters hanging out at the banyan tree. But I believe this is going to be the first, I think this is one of the first to go up down here. You can see some construction starting over there. This is right where the Paia fish market was. Pretty sure all the park benches survived. They're all commemorative. They have little plaques on them from people that donated. How's the video quality right now? My screen's gone a little bit dark. Had some technical issues yesterday on my first live. I was on a trip to the mainland, haven't gone live in quite a while, so the technical issues abound, of course. So in the comments, in the chat I should say, can you see everything all right? Ooh. And maybe just for old time's sake, we'll take one more trip down Front Street. Again, if you're just joining the live, this is the 3rd anniversary of the tragic Lahaina fire on August 8, 2023. Over 100 lives were lost, 2,700 homes, the worst wildfire, I believe, in modern history in our country. Rumored many more lives were lost than that. Of the 2,700 homes, about 600 have been rebuilt. And the commercial, nothing has been rebuilt. And I believe we have the first 8 permits that have been issued. Most of it is due to bureaucratic red tape. I believe this is the Vulcan store right here. And we just passed the Dole ice cream store. I don't know about you guys, but this is one of the best smelling streets I'd ever gone down. I used to live on Front Street at 350 Front Street, and I would run my 6 miles every other day, and I would go right down this street, either right about now, Musa, or in the morning. But it would just smell good. There's scents. I don't know if it was candles, it was just all the sunscreen. It just smelled good, man. The ice cream, you know, Fleetwood's. And it just had one of the best vibes, you know. It was like, that's what actually drew me to Lahaina. The west side was Lahaina town. It was just, there was nothing like it. Kihei to me was sort of like a whole bunch of strip malls. This was a historic whaling town, is a historic whaling town, and just had an amazing feel. Almost, I grew up in Colorado, reminded me of like a quaint mountain town, you know, like a Breckenridge or a Aspen. And it just had that vibe, man. It was just really cool. So, you know, when I learned that this town burned, it was like heart-wrenching in so many different ways. Obviously the lives lost and the destruction, but just the thought of no, not Lahaina town, you know? Why couldn't it have been just a strip mall somewhere? But not a Lahaina, man, come on. Just a real gut punch, that's all I can say. Anyway, I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. If you've enjoyed the video, if you missed this part, all I ask is that you share it on your Facebook, your Instagram, your X, your email, your text messages. Why? To bring awareness to Lahaina that we're still here. Maui needs your visitors. We need our visitors. We need our real estate buyers. We need the attention back, the positive attention, so that the community can survive. Make no mistake about it. I just passed through the economic heartbeat of the west side of Maui. And unfortunately, as you know, our government has been completely 100% against good economic policy and wise choices to bring back tourism and to support condo owners. And condo owners, of course, are the ones that supported the fire victims the most because they opened up their condos, many of them for free, and they were rewarded with a ban on vacation rentals in the apartment zone, which has absolutely devastated that industry, that segment of the market, which is horrendous. So we need your prayers, we need your support, we need your visitation, we need your attention. So if you would just share the video, thumb it up, helps the algorithm. And of course, give to helpdaniel.org. I'll put a link in the description. He's a fire survivor that is blind, and he was, you know, his home where he was supposed to be living is just right up here, Front Street Apartments. And his life has also been turned upside down like so many. So I appreciate you donating to him. If you can only give him $100, that's fine. That goes a long way. And if you do it on the recurring monthly, that's even better because his FEMA rent will be due every single month. And so your donation is great, but it's even greater if it happens every single month to support his eating habit and his need for lodging habit and shelter. So that's the Lahaina Town update on the 3rd anniversary, 2026, August 8th. Eric West coming to you once again from what I consider to be, and I say this with all humility, not really, Maui no Ka'oi. Best lifestyle on planet Earth, best weather on the planet, the most aloha-infused community. There's a few weird ones, don't get me wrong. We're gonna love on them, they're gonna come around. And of course, you guys, the most aloha-infused audience on planet Earth. You gave so much to so many, and I'm so thankful. And I just am humbled. I am truly humbled at the support that you gave after the fire. Even back all the way, if you guys were here during the Maui food bank drives that we were doing during the fake COVID shutdown that also economically brutalized the people of this island. So it's just been one thing after another, but together, we're gonna make it through this. And I can promise you one thing, by the way, I'm a practicing real estate agent here. I'm not afraid to say it. I'd love to be your guy on Maui if you're looking to buy or sell. But I'm telling you what, right now when the chips are down is the time to buy. And I can promise you one thing, you look 10 years ahead, the values on this island are gonna skyrocket. So the smart money knows when to move. I'm here to help you any way I can. All right guys, until next time, Eric West out and Maui Dan. Jack Frost is coming to your part of Wyoming soon, so make sure to come back to Maui as soon as you can before Jack Frost attacks you. And of course, as always, we're gonna end on, where's the button? Where's the button? Where's the button? Hey, I love you guys. Till next time.